Hello class 8, hope you all are good and safe at home. I believe all of you have seen your performance in first term exam of chemistry. Some of you need to do thorough study as your performance is not up to the mark as I was expecting. Now it's a high time. Children, kindly start concentrating in your studies and send your assignment regularly because in half yearly 20 marks include your assignment. Some of you haven't sent your previous assignment. Children, positively you send these assignment as soon as possible. Right? Let's continue chapter 3, elements, compounds and mixture. Now in previous video we have already discussed about the elements, compound and different types of mixtures and separation of solid mixtures. Let's continue separation of solid liquid mixtures, right? And the first method is your filtration. In this method the mixture can be separated by using filter paper, right? First what you will do, you take a filter paper which is round in circular in shape, right? And then make it, first just look at here, just you make this you have to make a cone of that filter paper like this, right? And then what you will do, you place a wet folded filter paper in a funnel. This is your what? Funnel, right? And then you just then you clamped above a beaker as shown in the figure. Then pour the mixture of chalk powder and water carefully through it. Now what's happened? Insoluble solid, that is your calcium carbonate, it remain in the filter paper which is called residue. Whereas the clear liquid, it passes out from the filter paper which is called filtrate and is collected in the beaker. This method is called what? Filtration. And you can use this method if you have to separate sand and water mixture, or if you want to separate charcoal from the charcoal and water mixture, or chalk and water mixture. Okay, now next method is your sedimentation. In this method the mixture of sand or any insoluble solid and water is allowed to stand for a while. When the solid particles settle down as sediment, it is called sedimentation. Whereas clear liquid, that water is left behind, which is poured out carefully into a beaker, and it is called decantation. Sedimentation followed by decantation helps in separation of solid and liquid mixture. Now just look at here the this diagram, right? Okay, now next is your evaporation. This method is used to separate non-volatile soluble salt from its solvent. For example, if salt is mixed in water and you want that salt, then we use evaporation. To obtain common salt from a mixture of common salt and water, the mixture is heated in a china dish. This is a china dish, right? Using a sand bath. This is a sand bath, right? After sometimes all the water is evaporated and it is lost as a water vapor, and common salt is left behind. Now in this way we use this method, evaporation, right? Next method is your distillation. The process of converting a liquid into vapor by heating to boiling point and condensing the vapor to get the pure liquid is called distillation. Now in this method, the mixture of soluble solid, that is your lead nitrate or common salt, and liquid is taken in a distillation flask. This is your distillation flask, right? And on heating, vapors of liquid, that is your water, are produced, right? And they are what's happened? These are condensed in a condenser, right? and is collected in a receiver. Where is your receiver? This is your receiver, and you get a distilled water or pure liquid, and the soluble solid is left behind in a distillation flask. In this way you get a pure water or distilled water from the mixture. Now next is your separation of liquid mixture. If two liquids are mixed together, then which method you will use? Now there are main two methods are there. If the liquids are immiscible means which do not mix together, then we use separating funnel, right? But if the two liquids are miscible, means they can easily mix together, then we use fractional distillation. So first we will discuss about the separating funnel. This method is used for the separation of liquids which are immiscible, that is which do not mix together. Now what you will do, put the mixture in a separating funnel, allow it to stand for some time, and the heavier liquid forms a lower layer, whereas the lighter liquid forms a upper layer. On opening the tap below in the funnel, the heavier liquid collects in the flask and lighter liquid remains in the separating funnel. Now just look at, this is your separating funnel, right? And in this separating funnel you pour the mixture, and the heavier liquid, which always this one is a heavier liquid and upper one is your lighter liquid. Now heavier, when you open the tap, then what's happened? The heavier liquid, it is what's happened to it? It is collect in the flask, and the lighter liquid, it remain in this separating funnel. In this way you use separating funnel. Now next is your fractional distillation. The process of separation of two or more miscible liquids having different boiling points by distillation using fractionating column is called fractional distillation. Now this method is, now fractional distillation method is used when two miscible liquids are mixed together, right? For example, when methyl alcohol is mixed with water, how you will separate it? For that, what you will do, you just take the mixture in a distillation flask which is attached with fractionating column. Just look at here, this is your distillation flask. It is attached with this fractionating column. These are fractionating column, right? When the flask is heated, then what's happened? The mixture evaporate, and then it later condenses. Now the higher boiling point liquid, that is your water, it remains in the flask after condensation, right? It will remain in the flask, while the alcohol having a it has a lower boiling point, so it is collected in a receiver and after condensation in the Liebig's condenser, right? Now
is chromatography is a technique of separating two or more dissolved solids which are present in a solution in very small quantities. Draw a line with a pencil close to the lower edge of the paper. Put a small drop of ink on the center of the line. Let it. Take a jar containing some water. Put the filter paper in it, such that the drop of ink is just above the water level. After some time, the water starts gradually rising up by capillary action. As the water moves up, it takes the dyes present in the ink along with it. As the water rises up, we see different colors on paper. These are the different dyes present in the ink. Different dyes have different solubility levels and travel at different speeds as the water rises up. As a result, We see different colored strips at different heights, and the dyes get separated. Hence, paper chromatography is used to separate the different colors in a dye.
Centrifugation. The centrifuge is a machine that rotates at a very high speed, and by centrifugal force, substances of different densities are separated. This method is used to separate suspended particles of a substance from a liquid. The process of centrifugation is widely used in dairies to separate cream from milk or curd.